Hi guys, if it's Tuesday, it's Downndirty Woodscraft. Stay with me. Okay, as the title tells you, we're doing bacon in a bush pot today. This is one of the camp favorites and one of the things that I like to do a lot at a camp, especially when I'm setting up a long-term camp. I'm going to be here several days. And this was something I did a lot in my younger days, and I saw a lot of the old woodsmen do it. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a bush pot and we're going to cook bacon in it for the process of creating the bacon and for rendering the bacon to get the drippings for use later on. So first, make sure your pot's cleaned out and everything's good to go. We're going to get the fire going, going to set it on top. Now right now the temperature is 96 degrees with 80% humidity. I'm not building a big old fire. This could of course be done on a campfire, but I don't need that. I only need 20 minutes of heat, so I'm going to use my little alcohol stove because of the intense temperatures right now. So bear with me, guys. I have filled up my alcohol stove. I have set it down between two raised platforms so that my stove is going to be steady and it's at least 2 inches above the center point. Okay? Now I'm going to get it wet the edge just like that. And we're going to ignite it. Just like that. Give it a second to start coming up to heat. There we go. Now we're going to put the stove on directly over the center. We're going to put our bush pot on top. And we're going to put about 1/8 of an inch of water into the pot first. Just enough to cover the bottom. That's it. Now we allow that heat to come up. Put the lid on loosely. And while that's coming up to temp, we're going to prepare our bacon. We're going to open up the package to lay it out flat. Just like this. Okay. Now, you're going to take your bacon and you're going to cut it into 1 inch long pieces. I say again, 1 inch long. You can do 2 inch, but 1 inch seems to do better. Cut the plastic to access the bacon. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply take the bacon, lay it down, and we'll take my knife and I'm going to cut it into 1 inch strips, just like that. Alright, now that our water's boiling, we add the bacon. Now that piece of cardboard that's soaked with bacon grease, you think you might want to save that tomorrow morning for a fire starter? That would be a good use for this. Just put it over there by the tree with the firewood. It'll be there in the morning. Now what's happening is the water, as it's evaporating, is washing the grease free of the bacon and changing more and more from being water with grease on top to grease. And rapidly this is going to becoming deep frying bacon because of the grease. But it doesn't burn to the bottom because the water keeps it from burning to the bottom. So now we just put the lid on and give it 5 or 10 minutes. Give it a stir once or twice and let it do its job. Deep frying bacon. Okay, now after she's been cooking for a good while, this is what we're left with. That bacon has rendered down and has formed all these nice little giblets of goodness. And more importantly, it's left all of that bacon drippings, which is nice and dark, not a lot of water left in it. And I can now take that and use it to cook other things. Now let me get the bacon out of there and I'll show you. Take a piece of that tin foil you're supposed to carry in the bottom of your pack. Good heavy tin foil. Unfold it without making too horrible of a mess of it. Just like that. And now okay, now I've got all those nice rich bacon drippings. Notice nothing's burned to the bottom, it's just sitting there, but I've got renderings down there. Now what that's going to be is that rendering down there, I'm going to put water in that and I'm going to boil other vegetables in it. So what I've got now is nice crispy bacon. I've got a pot that I've got a resource, which is the bacon drippings. Now this is going to be put into a container. Usually it'd be a metal container with a good screw top lid or some sort of heavy glass container. Used to be it'd be a heavy mason jar with a heavy lid on it. This would be kept near the fire, and this is how I'm going to cook the other things I procure on my camp out. So when I catch fish, I fry it in the bacon drippings. Tonight, whenever I'm cooking my meal, I cook it in the bacon drippings. In the morning, I put a spoonful into the pan, and that's what I fry the eggs with. I take a spoonful of it, put it in the water for my grits, and I have bacon-flavored grits. I take a little bit of it, and I add it into the flour, and I get bacon flavor added into my biscuits in the morning. I can make this use so many different ways. Now, this bacon popcorn, as we called it, would be taken, saved, put in a Ziploc bag and put in the cooler, because I'm going to take this and I'm going to crumble it up on top of my eggs in the morning if I don't sit here and eat every bit of it. I'm going to take it and add it to soups, stews, things like that. Whatever, that bacon will make it better, this is how I render it in. So, with nothing but a bush pot, a heat source, I am able to cook bacon and make it into something that is multi-use. I've got a rendering, I've got a meal, and I've got something for the long term, the next several days. And don't forget, that cardboard that I cut the bacon up on tomorrow morning, that's a fire starter. All making life easy. Remember what Nesmonk said, if you're roughing it, you're doing it wrong. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.